All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to seasonal 2026 elimination phase. We've got baddies in the north going up against Esprit de Corps. This should be like a battle of the Titans. Both of these teams are phenomenal. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Looks like everything's working the way it's supposed to be, I believe. So we're just going to head on up over here and wait for the curtain to drop. We got about a minute to go. Kind of messing with some new stuff right now, so we'll see how it works. I got this filter on too. So you can see I got this filter. I think it looks a little better. I don't know. Let's go ahead and turn that off. About 30 seconds before the curtain drops here. We're going to be fighting over town center. Let's take a quick look at the map. I turned the icon size up a little bit. I didn't know you could do that. I just turned it up a touch. I turned it up to the 200% and like the town said, like it just filled up. You couldn't read anything. Or the icons were so big. It was funny. I just turned them up by 5%, so the dot should be a little easier to spot. You can see it looks like baddies in the north are going to come straight in, mostly from the center. They got a couple trucks up to the north. It looks like Esprit is going to shift a couple trucks up towards that north road. All their trucks are north and south, not a single truck coming down the center. Okay, I did. I was going to say, I think I hear rockets. So there's some rockets going off right here. Super early rockets. There we go. I saw that. There was a rocket back there landed dangerously close to that truck. Kind of close to these trucks, but, you know, I think it feels like they're shooting blind. They're not really... There we go. There was a couple of successful rockets. Almost got a hold of this Puma here. He's going to drive right up into the point. There's the return rockets going out. That was a pretty good looking rocket, but none of these rockets were terribly successful. Here comes the Artie. Does look like Esprit managed to make the circle first. They are getting the cups. You got getting the caps. You got R-Dubs in there as a squad leader. Should be able to get set up inside the south courtyards. Here comes a tank for the baddies. They got their medium pushing up. I can hear a Luke somewhere below us up here on the north side. Let's take a quick look at the map. We got the P4 coming in. Is going to challenge the medium Sherman here in a second. Looks like the P4 is going to get the better positioning here. He's going to get up into the circle. He's going to take position in that side road. The medium Sherman already has position here on the outside of the circle. There is some exchanging going on over here in the south courtyards. Looks like Nacho won that exchange. Kugo still holding position inside the courtyards. Massive explosions all around him, but he's still going. He's got Luke's rounds just going right in his face. And he is down. Oop. Oh, okay, get out of there. Big Naldo up in the house looking down into the courtyards from the windows. And Esprit with really good positioning going on in here in the south courtyards. A couple of guys from baddies trying to make their way in here. Kind of looked like he might have popped an OP right there before he exploded. Where is this Luke shooting from that he is... That's the P4. The Luke's is way up here. I don't understand. How is he hitting... Maybe I'm just seeing grenades go off, or... You know, he is. There he is. There he is. Okay, he's right here in the circle. He's underneath... Okay. He's underneath the town center icon. That's why I couldn't see him. He is right here in the circle. That's why he's being able to blast down that road. He's got good cover fire going all over the circle. I could see that Luke's blasting everything. I just couldn't figure out where he was. But he's right there in the circle. Looks like the P4 is shifting down towards the South Park row. Down the Southern Parkway. Now there's a Stewart over here helping baddies anchor down their position on the Western Parkway, but... There is the capture for Esprit. Let's take a look at the map. The next point is going to be derailed. You can see Badgers of the North has good garrison spread across their front line, and nobody's in their back line, so they're doing pretty good with their garrison spread. They don't have a ton of spawns behind derailed, so if anybody gets behind them from Esprit, they won't really know it. But at the moment, both sides, good battle lines, marching straight into each other. Esprit has full control of the Southern Parkway. It's going to make it difficult for the Baddies of the North to be able to push guys up into this yellow alleyway right here where Ben is running in. They're going to start catching flank fire. They're already starting to catch that flank fire. They got rockets coming across. The Stewart is still there protecting their flank as they're trying to run into that alleyway and keep pressure on the circle. Here comes the P4 now to get rid of that Stewart, though. Stewart is backing off. It does not matter. The Stewart goes down. And now Esprit has tank pressure down here in the South Parkway. That's going to set them up in a decent position to start shifting their forces down here to the south, where they can begin to threaten derailed. And also, you know, they could potentially swing around here in the north too, but at the moment, slowly marching forward. Yeah, up here in the north, there's not a ton of guys for Esprit. The only squad leader I see other than the recon here is Ranger. Ranger out front, coincidentally in the very same position that he was the very first time I saw him play a comp match in 6s back in the day. This is where he was hiding. I see you, Ranger. Been one of my longest standing supporters. Love you. Anyways, back to the fight. Baddies of the North. Also with the squad leader up here, you got Bot Yuri with his boys trying to push up into Ranger. There's also Kraus flanking around Ranger. Father Pig in position to prevent them from pushing across the barges. We'll see if Holt pushes down into the flank of Ranger. There is a Greyhound there supporting them as well. Let's go ahead and back the camera up and see what's going on. Back down here to the south, it does look like there is a handful of baddies of the north starting to slip through over here by the church. Blind Panda about to run into Butters over here. And there is a fight going on below us as well. Shh. Really, guys? All right, then. Oh, man, Cooked. He's going to be so pissed when he sees that on the stream. Sheza still holds control of the chapel. There is quite a few guys moving up that way for Esprit. They want to make sure they clear it out. The fact that they had somebody up in the tower is quite threatening. They have their own machine gun with KO back here. It's nice that they made it so that you can mount this machine gun. I know it was a while ago that they did it, but everybody remember when you couldn't mount a machine gun here and it made absolutely no sense? I want to see if he gets a shot on Tattoo over there. He's going to run around from the backside of that building. He did not. He gets Miro. Ooh! Kugo tries to put a rocket in his face, just barely misses him. There is actually a satchel on the building as well. KO probably does not know that. Oh, Chicken Tater's gonna get blown up by it. I guess he didn't see it. He must not have noticed it. He gets blown up. Little friendly fire over there. Esprit shifting a number of guys down here to the south. Now they're gonna start trying to swing down this way, get through these southern fields, these open fields and courtyards and stuff on the south side of these buildings. There's already at least one squad leader shifting that way. A couple of squad leaders from Baddies of the North in position to stop them. Supplies coming down for Esprit. Widow headed that way. He sees the parachute. Tamat probably actually watching. He would probably expect them to see the parachute as well. Widow catches Tamat in the open. Nice shooting by Widow. Should be able to push down here and clean up these supplies before Esprit are able to establish a garrison down here to the far south. Whiskey gets taken down. Didn't quite see who got him. Might have been Sanzu up there on the rooftop. Come on, lock on. And we got a weapons glitch, so first person's not going to work right. It's the first time I've even tried to use that first person thing in a while because it's always glitched out. It doesn't work. Now, there's actually quite a few Esprit guys down here in the south. I see Mr. Krabs up there with the machine guns looking long range, kind of covering this, so trying to get a position where I can see. Should be able to maybe see Polo Loco. It's hard to see through that tree. I've been on this window with the machine gun. You can see the train tracks really well, but that tree really blocks your vision, which is stupid because in real life you would cut that thing down with the machine gun. You don't have to leave the window. Just cut it down with a machine gun, and now you have complete vision. So, developers, that tree makes no sense. It really doesn't. You would cut it down. One of your guys would cut it down. That tree would be moved so that a machine gunner could be in that window. But I guess we don't play Hell Let Loose because it's 100% realistic. We play it because it's fun. The Spree feeling a little thin here. Is that they still got the P4 here? That's why they got this P4 anchor down the South Parkway. Still quite a few baddies here in the Western Parkway here in the center. They do have a medium pushing the front doors. That's still that Luke's? No, P4. There's a P4 in here now, so he can't push. Oh, tank battle. Oh, look at that. P4 pulls up just in time to take out the medium Sherman as he was getting aggressive while he was hurt. I do see another tank coming back there. Seems a little further back. Let's go take a look at where he is. Yeah, he's pulling up. Just a 2-man at the moment. Already have tank rounds going in his face from the P4 down south. Have to be careful when he pops this corner. I'm not sure if that P4 can see him or not. Looks like he's taking some shots at it. Oh, the P4 definitely sees him. Some exchanging. Medium Sherman now backing off. Does not manage to back off. Medium Sherman goes down. Nice shooting. Who's this down here? Relic. Nice shooting by Relic. Let's take a look at the map. Line's still holding pretty strong where they have been. They haven't really moved. Esprit just holding their position. Probably looking for just slip 1 or 2 guys here. You got Ranger already making his way past. Should be able to start getting some people in the back. Get his OP up. Start bringing a squad in. Oh, buddy runs into Lay Hate. Who lays the hate. Nice catch by Lay Hate there, honestly. Ranger was probably by. He probably had the OP lit up, is my guess. So I'm sure they knew somebody was in there, but still, nice catch to him. He was right on that OP. Could have cleared that out. That could have been problems for them. Got Dash 30 out front, kind of by himself. Probably gonna get caught. And he does indeed get caught by Lay Hate up on the rooftop. Who also gets Ranger again, and then shoots him with a rocket for good measure. Sorry, Ranger. That's you. Nice. Well played by Lay Hate. Here comes his next rocket. Random rocket into nothing. Major Pain pushing across. You got Whiskey over here on the back side. Has managed to slip around. Is he on the garrison or something? What's he? Apollo's coming that way. Apollo with the almost 2,000 combat score last night. Is there a garrison here somewhere? Or did he? Maybe he took a garrison down. The Whiskey's got to hear the footsteps. Whiskey? Okay, yeah, he's paying attention. Just laying low, hearing the footsteps. I would have expected him to shoot Apollo, but he did not. Now you got Fat Evil Sloth that's making his way around here, and you got Duper Dubinsky over there as well. So several squad leaders down here in the south. Polo Loco has managed to shift around here, but he is just an AT, so... Ooh. I think Timat just took out Sloth. Whiskey's still laying low in that house, but I think he's just waiting for reinforcements or waiting for them to build a garrison or something. Him and Apollo right on top of each other again. Is he lighting? Yeah, he's lighting. He just built a garrison and he's lighting it up. So they know he's here somewhere. I want to see if Whiskey gets this gear. I'm going to take a look at the map real quick. I want to see what's going on. Does look like there's a squad up here to the north. There's an airhead coming down. Well, it looks like Espri's going to try and get behind them up there in the north. Get a squad or two behind them. But Whiskey is just like... I'm curious, like, what his play is. Is he just waiting for reinforcements? That has to be my guess. He hears these guys running all around looking for him, so he has to know he's close to a spawn. I don't know. I know he's kind of covering like a stairwell right now, but there he goes. He's moving. Come on, Whiskey. God, he can almost see that garrison from where he is. Now he's got Sanzu hunting him. That's not a good sign. Sanzu is quite the hunter. Come on, Whiskey. I want to see if he gets this garrison, but I also don't want to just sit here and watch him all day long. We'll come back to you, Whiskey. You're killing me. Up here to the far north, it looks like Soldad managed to come in on that airhead. There is a light tank on the airhead as well over there. He's waiting for the spawn. He got the airhead. Airhead goes down. Doesn't look like much was able to be done with it. Over here in the center, north of town center. A couple of squad leaders for Esprit. Trying to make their cross. Nice rocket shot by Devaco right there. Gets himself a kill. Here comes a 76 pushing up, though. This infantry up here. Looks like baddies are starting to get sick of their pressure. Catches a rocket from Sheza. Another rocket goes across. Another kill for Devaco with the rocket. Now Devaco is going to push out. Maybe go threaten this 76. Another rocket goes into the 76. 76 still holding anchor in this position up here in the north for baddies in the north. And it's just Recon that slipped around behind him. So they're not in too much trouble up there in the north unless Recon manages to get his hands on some garrisons. That could be a problem for them. Over here in the center, I just want to take a look. Did they get him? Whiskey is still there. Whiskey's made his way north. He didn't get the garrison. He went right past the garrison. I don't know how he went past that garrison without seeing it, but probably by keeping his head down. Okay, I hear a tank. Below us there's a P4. There's another tank over here. Another P4 is pushing north, so I'm suspecting some sort of push here. I want to see what this P4 does. He's getting aggressive over here. There's some infantry up here in the front for Esprit. A lot of infantry for baddies in the north, so maybe he's just coming up here to deal with that. Already now coming down in his face. The tank has moved away from the South Parkway, so if baddies in the north can slip some guys past Mika right here, they might be able to get up in there, but if Mika goes down, I suspect the tank will back up. Swift has managed to make up right to the front door of town center, but it's really hard to get into that road, especially by yourself. Here comes a Stewart. It's going to drive right into this P4 and immediately gets destroyed. I couldn't even get position to watch it. He got blown up so fast. Very unfortunate for that Stewart. Let's take a look at the map, see what's going on, and this Recon is starting to slip further past. Now, if he can get down here and start causing chaos, even if it's just by himself, it could force baddies of the north to have to pull some guys back and investigate to see what's going on, and that could thin out their front line. Down here in the south, nobody has been able to slip through, so Esprit still, or baddies of the north still holding pretty good down here in the south, preventing anyone from slip through. Mika gets taken down before he can get past as a squad leader. Leahy and Zest about to run at each other. Leahy gets taken down by VNT, I think, up there in the north. Sometimes it's hard to tell who kills who when you're this far away. Where's Whiskey? Whiskey has already almost made his way to rail crossing. This stream is going to become the adventures of Whiskey as he just draws people towards it. Like they're constantly hunting him back here. He's running right past stuff, lighting it up. I wonder, did he get a garrison up here? He could be making his way towards this one. There is a slight amount of cap pressure going on at town center just now. He's obviously going to check right here for a garrison. Looks like the garrison is, yes, just further north. Here. I wouldn't be surprised if he finds this one. Incheon spawns in. I wonder if Incheon is just like sensing that people are pushing his garrisons or something. Saraisun coming around the corner, gets taken down by Whiskey. Incheon now heading that way. Incheon takes him down, and the adventures of Whiskey comes to an end. Up here in the north, we find Ranger again pushing a flank. He's actually going to go all the way across, it looks like. Not a terrible play. There isn't anything up here really for Baddies of the North. There is a truck heading that way with Death Voice. He might set himself up somewhere. There's a Puma up here as well. Not sure if he's just driving around looking for gears. Is he a solo? He is. Just Epson. So it looks like Ranger's going to push up directly into this transport truck. He's probably going to get the kill here. Death Vice jumps out. Ranger. Doesn't matter because he gets spotted by the Puma. Death Vice goes down. Ranger should be able to get an OP up somewhere up here in the north. Looks like he had one set up just there on the other side of the water a minute ago. So if he lays low, pushes up a little bit, should be able to get an OP up, start pushing a squad around the flank. That could be an issue for Baddies of the North if they don't react to it. They do still have a pretty solid center line right now. Both sides taking massive casualties here in the center, which is to be expected. There is another tank that has pushed up for Baddies of the North. Might have even gotten rid of that P4 finally. Not seeing a P4. There is a Tiger up here to the north. Just this medium here. It does look like he managed to clean up that P4 if it didn't reposition somewhere. I don't see it, so I think he got it. This medium now in a decent position to help push in the center. You can see the Tiger is already repositioning that way to react to this. Now he's actually still facing towards the southern parkway. David runs right across the road, straight into some infantry. Nacho goes down right inside the road as he's trying to come out of town center over there. Rockets coming into the medium over here from Rando. The one gets Mika face to face. Just about hand-to-hand combat going down here. Gets taken down as he pops the corner. I think VNT is the one who shot him up. But this medium's having a rough time trying to hold on to this front door. Just catching rockets from everywhere. I hear another P4 coming this way. It's not that same P4. I don't think that's the same one. I think that one got destroyed, and they got another one already moving up to take position. Not a ton of tank activity. There's a light up there. There's a Puma up there. Here comes another heavy for Baddies of the North. They've got a lot of tank pressure going on here in the center. Where did that Tiger go? He is now repositioned himself to anchor town center itself just to make sure that Baddies of the North are not able to get her. Satchel goes off on the front door of town center there on the 4-story house, clearing out the infantry that's in there. That satchel was probably placed by Swift as he went past right before he gets blasted by the Tiger. A ton of infantry built up right here behind these two tanks, so I'm thinking Baddies of the North are getting ready to try and push this front door. Brick rolled right on top of So Lucky. He's going to run right past him. I don't think they heard the footsteps. 303 now shooting. Brick rolled going to run into the house. Gets 303. Oh, Brickroll just took a round from somebody through that window. Oh, and so lucky comes around, shoots him in the back. Still a lot of infantry right here for Badges of the North. I'm still kind of expecting them to try and push, but they're having a hard time of it. Every time they push somebody across, they immediately get killed. I do see these guys. Ooh, what just happened there? Not really sure what killed both those guys because Polo Loco was in the middle of shooting a rocket. So, not really sure what killed them. This medium still trying to keep this infantry supported. He's trying to light these guys up down here to the south so that these guys can push up into this alleyway, but the infantry down there just keeps catching them. Kugo now headed that way. Might be able to get a rocket into that trench. Did he just get killed by friendly fire from the tank? So it looked like the tank round just hit here, but killed him all the way over there. I don't know. There was a P4 down here, though. There's the P. No, that's a Panther. There's the P4. P4 and a Panther now moving into the position now here on the South Parkway. Before this tank battle breaks out, and take a quick look at the map. There is a number of squads down here in the south. Looks like Esprit did manage to finally get that garrison established down there to the far south, so they are starting to pressure the front door of derailed train. But in the meantime, looks like we got a tank battle breaking out down here between these mediums and heavies. Now it's a 76 versus a Panther, so that is the lighter skinned heavy. But the 76 is the further away. Looks like the Panther's trying to target the medium, trying to take him out first. I don't see the P4. There's the P4. He's repositioned over there on the northern side of the South Parkway. A lot of infantry pushing up. Not sure what this P4 is trying to do. He's not in a great position right now considering where the Panther is, but there's a lot of infantry for Badges of the North. Number of ATs right there waiting for that Panther to get a little too aggressive so they can push out and put a satchel on him. Maybe some rockets. Does look like Esprit tanks are going to back off. Maybe even wait for this Tiger to pop out. Tiger looks like he's going to reposition so he can get an angle on this medium over here without being threatened by the 76. You can do it. You can make it through there. Don't flip your tank. Alright, where's the Panther? That's the Panther. Where'd the P4 go? Wait, where? Okay, there's the P4. The P4 went like way to the south, I guess? These guys are just repositioning their tanks all over the place. Oh, the P4 is dueling it out with a 76 down here now. This 76 is actually backing off. Did he get that P4? No, P4 is still right there, forcing the 76 to back off. Maybe he thought it was the Panther. I do see some damage on that Panther. He has caught a round from somebody. So yeah, that Panther's backing off. They want to make sure they don't lose that. They're going to need that. Badges of the North now starting to get a foothold on the front door of Town Center. Brickworld was right up in there as a squad leader too, so then maybe they have an OP up close. Let's take a look. Yes, they do indeed have an OP right up close. The one trying to do everything he can to make sure that OP stays alive. Cooked up inside the house. Does he hear the footsteps from Boomer? No, he gets shot in the back by Boomer instead. Sheza goes down to Mongo. Mongo now trying to break his way into the south courtyards. There's the South Parkway. Immediately gets taken out, pop in that corner though. There's like 3 guys watching it plus a Panther. That Panther now repositioning more towards the north. Looks like he's maybe going to take position of the Tiger or take position with the Tiger. Maybe he just wants to, he probably wants to move up onto this next road, get into a more defensive position. The 76 now repositioning. Looks like he's going to start dueling it out with this Tiger here. Ricochets to the south. That sounded like a ricochet off of the 76 there. So is he dueling it out with the P4? There's just tank battles going on everywhere. Yeah, it looks like this P4 repositioning to the far south, maybe to support that infantry that's all the way down there. We do see that Esprit still has a lot of infantry down here, slowly marching their way forward towards derailed down here in the south. They've actually made pretty good progress down there. 58 minutes left on the clock. We're well into this match now. Where are you going? This medium now getting aggressive in the absence of the tanks down here. I don't know if he just sensed it or what, but he is moving in. Take a quick look at the map. Where did that Panther go? The Panther repositioned more towards the north. No, that's the Tiger. Where did the Panther go? Did they destroy it? I don't know. Oh, there's the Panther. There he is. He's right there. But he's going to get caught by a medium who's just going to drive right up behind him. Run, Ajax. You're going to get caught by this Tiger. Where'd the Tiger go? The Tiger backed off. Tiger looks like he was trying to position himself to the north. He's trying to get behind the Panther. He's chasing it. Here it comes. Look out, Panther! Yeah. Panther's trying to turn his gun, but these are rear shots. He does get a shot. Oh, he ricked him! He ricocheted him! No, dude, these are rear shots! Why are you shooting at the turret? And he gets taken down by David! No! How incredibly unfortunate for that medium. That should have been a easy kill on that Panther. I think maybe the debris was blocking his shot towards the rear of the tank. That's why he went for a turret shot. Very unfortunate for that medium tank. Now, the infantry has made phenomenal progress behind that. They managed to make their way into the south courtyards. And Miro's here as squad leader, so they should be able to get at least one squad in here. There is, yes, one squad up in the courtyards. Mongo takes down Butters. There's the garrison right there. Mongo should almost have eyes on that. Maybe he does. I can't tell. Does get soldad. Here comes Miro. Nacho pushing up. Oh, grenades going off everywhere. Everywhere, grenades. These guys are not focusing on this garrison anymore. Here comes Chickenator. Can he get there before the spawn? Sees the garrison. He's on it. Does look like he managed to get onto it before the spawn. The garrison's going to go down. There's no longer a garrison in town center. Badges of the North making some pretty good progress here. There is still several tanks here for Esprit, though. That's going to be a problem that they're going to have to deal with. More reinforcements coming in from the south front. Esprit trying to clean up this infantry in the south courtyards. Baddie now has a number of guys pushing up here in the north courtyards. Maybe they can get a position to start pressuring from that side if they could break past the chapel. But unless they can get rid of these tanks, they're going to have a hard time capturing town center. Taking a look at the map, Esprit still looking about the same down here in the south. They're still trying to get that pressure going on. A number of baddie guys trying to push into him down here, trying to clean him up. But Apollo cleaning everybody up over here. Everybody, Apollo cleaning house. Apollo, man, your name... I'm starting to recognize your name, buddy. I've seen you doing, just in these past 2 matches that I've seen you, I have seen you just kill everything that comes across your path. We're definitely going to be looking for your combat score at the end of this one. Still quite a few baddies of the North guys down here. They want to make sure that Esprit is not able to break through down here in the south. They've even got some guys pushing out towards this garrison, so... Feeling pretty strong down there. Tank just went down up in town center. I think that was the Panther, or was it a P4? That was a P4. The Tiger's still holding position. The 76 has backed off, needs to repair up. Hopefully that Tiger can't catch him. He was a little far forward for a second there, but Nixter goes down. He's losing tank crew. Now down to a 2-man. I don't know if Ben has his repair tool or not, but he could use some repairs on that 76 right about now. Do hear some more tank rounds going over here. There is another P4 up here by the chapel, making sure that Esprit is not able to break, or that Baddies of the North is not able to break into these courtyards anymore. North courtyard has been cleared out. Baddies have been pushed back to the entryway of the alley. I do still have some guys here in the South Gardens, but Esprit has managed to push up. I'm going to guess the garrison has been replaced. Yes, indeed, it has. Rickrolled right up in it with as a squad leader, but that Tiger just locking down this front door. Maybe Swift can get it on him with a satchel through the smoke, though. He shot. Don't know if he got him or not. Swift is now laying low, crawling in. I think the Tiger's probably just going to blast at him anyways for safekeeping. He does indeed, just to be sure. Manages to clean that up, save himself from the satchel. Precision strike. One of the bombs actually hit the building here. A little bit of damage to the Tiger, but it's actually very unfortunate because the way that bomb hit that building, it might have actually hit the Tiger had it connected fully. So very unfortunate for Baddies of the North commander there. Sorry, Will. Let's take another quick look at the map. Esprit pushed guys through up here in the north. They dropped another airhead up to the far north, trying to keep it alive. That's a very wide airhead. I think they're just trying to get some flank garrisons up, making it so that they can come around the edges. If there's anything I've learned from watching Esprit play is that they do things that I don't normally see other comp teams do. And like they move a little slower. Like they don't drop an airhead on the back line. They drop an airhead out on the wide flank. Someplace that you could have slipped a squad and put a garrison up, but they have their reasons. I know that. They're number one. They're number one for a reason. So maybe someday they'll explain their logic to me, but not this day. There is a Greyhound that is actually pushed up into the southern courtyards. Not quite able to get an angle on this garrison, and it looks like the Tiger's about to pull up and take him out of there. Yeah, here comes the Tiger. Swift trying to push up on this Tiger again. Does get taken out. There goes the Greyhound. But the 76 is pulled up. 76 is actually hurt, so this Tiger should be able to pull up and get a shot on him. Shooting through the smoke. Here comes the bombing run. That should have taken out that garrison. That definitely seems like an attack, an offensive bombing run by Baddies of the North. Here comes that shot from the Tiger, I would think. 1 second. What's up, bud? I'm in the middle of something, bud. I need you to go upstairs. Go see Mama. Sorry about that. Still have not seen a shot from this Tiger. Is he empty? No. He's even just caught around from the medium back there. I don't know if the smoke was blocking that up or not, but Tiger's still holding. They do still have these two tanks on the front door. I do see another tank for Esprit right there pushing up in the southern parkway, so maybe he'll try and get an angle on these tanks. This is two 76s. Is that a Luke's? That was a Luke's. Pretty sure. That was fun. Yeah, there's a lot of infantry right here pushing down from the north. It does look like Esprit finally broke through up here on the north side. The Baddies of the North had been holding this position for a long time. They lost their garrison here. They do still have a squad. Maybe he can get that garrison back up, but they're going to need some reinforcements over there to clean that out. In the meantime, Esprit filling that gap with their own infantry. They might need to even reposition these tanks further north to help deal with this and not try and pressure town center so bad. It's hard to say because they do have guys into the south gardens, or in the south courtyards again. The one goes down to Nacho. I think that garrison is gone. There's a live airhead. I did not notice the airhead. I apologize for that. Did not notice they managed to land an airhead into the south the south courtyard. They have so many of these different names for things. I blame Axehawk. He's the one who named the other things. They are having a hard time breaking into this house. Spree has a number of guys in here. 48 minutes left on the clock. We're about to the halfway mark. Here comes 76 pushing in, getting aggressive for Baddies of the North. P4 back here trying to hold him off. What happened to the Tiger that was here? He must have got destroyed while I wasn't looking. He was right there. I don't see him at all. They probably took him down for resources already. I forget you can do that. Oh, the 76 goes down. I think Paradox just put a rocket into the back of him. Him and DJ might have just tag teamed him with some rockets. There is a lot of pressure going on here for Baddies of the North, but Esprit just starting to pincer around him, taking complete control of all of the parkways. That is a massive problem for Baddies of the North. They don't get this cap going, and that airhead is now gone. It has run its course. There is a garrison here. Yes, it's right there. Garrison here for Esprit. Fignaldo trying to get on this tank right here, trying to get a satchel on it. And the satchel is on. There is a satchel on the medium tank. He's also getting caught by rockets. That's going to be a dead medium. Baddies of the North have now lost all of their tanks. This was an expensive gamble. They tried to gamble on an airhead in the point, and it does not seem like it has paid off. They only got a handful of guys in the point now. They've lost most of their tanks. This medium's about to be taken down as well by the satchel. There's a tank pushing up for Esprit, taking control of the southern parkway. There goes the medium to the satchel. 303 pops the corner, gets taken down by Lord Barst, gets blasted by the, I think that's a Panther, right? Yes, Panther. There's some guys slipping through for Baddies of the North down here in the south, and they did manage to clean up this garrison down here into the far south. So the lines have kind of shifted now. It was kind of a straight up and down fight before, and now it's turned into a little bit of a diagonal fight. You can see Fatty the Sloth and Whiskey making their way up towards Timat down here. If they can clear his OP out, Timat takes down Sloth. If they can clear his OP out, oh, and they will not. Timat holds the position, so Esprit still has presence down here in the far south. This is still just recon slipping through, so Baddies of the North stabilizing. What's this? They do have a light tank that they're using to hold their center right now. That garrison is still up in them, so they're stabilizing. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. I appreciate every single follow. One of these days, we will hit 1,000 followers. Maybe next year. This light tank still anchoring this position for Baddies of the North, but there's this garrison here for Esprit, so until one of those two things gets taken out, I feel like this position is going to remain stabilized at this time here on this line. Devitt here trying to get rockets into the light tank, though. He managed to land one. Rando there as well, looking to get a satchel on it maybe if he can get in position. Here comes Devitt, popping the corner, gets taken out by the driver. Rando's going to come around the side, though. Driver should have spotted him. Oh, he's a solo. Oh, we got him! Did he get the satchel on? I don't see the satchel. Plus, Dunce just said he's good. Big spawn in on the garrison. If they could just push this light tank up. Here comes Devin with more rockets, and there goes the Stewart. Because there's a garrison there, he was able to bring another 8. They were able to bring more ATs in right away. Ranger now slipping past. Okay, so there is no longer just recon slipping through. You got Lost That Love and Feeling and U.S. Ranger have managed to slip through up here in the north. They're going to start, if they can make it down to these buildings, that could be a severe issue for Baddies of the North. The last thing they need is 2 squads to make their way into the buildings. Ranger does get taken down by Icon way back there with some really nice shooting all the way across this field. There's a tank back here as well, trying to make his way towards the front line, but Baddies of the North feel like they are slowly being pushed back. That airhead really cost them a lot of territory. Jaeger looks like he's right up on top of a spawn. Is that a garrison? No, he is right up on top of H squad. Does get taken down. Terry holding that position on that 4-story. further down to the south. Does look like baddies of the north managed to push forward down here to the south, so they're still holding pretty strong down there. The biggest concern is there is now a garrison on their backside up here in the north. U.S. Rangers managed to get a garrison up here. Icon is headed this way again. He did manage to take Ranger down the first time, but there isn't really a ton of guys headed this way for baddies of the north. Now, Icon is watching. He's going to start noticing that there's a lot more infantry down here. Soldad's looking that way. I think Soldad might take a shot at Icon. Looked like he was looking that way. He might be looking the other way. Got Bot Yuri here as well. So a couple of squad leaders for baddies of the north. Bot Yuri might even see this garrison. I don't think he can see the garrison from where he's right on top of it, though. If he sees the spawn in... Oh, but he got caught! Got spotted and taken down by Lost That Love and Feeling or Devaco. I'm not sure which one, but they protected the garrison. That garrison is still alive. Icon went down as well over here. Ranger now making his way around. He's going to go right through 502nd. He's going to take the long route, but he's going to get around behind him. This is a colossal problem for baddies of the north. This is absolutely what they do not want to be happening to them right now. They're kind of trying to do the same thing down in the south, but they're not having as much success. Esprit has also pushed a recon vehicle down here. Major Payne goes down. I don't even know who got him. Greyhound goes past. Oh, that's a... Sorry, that's not... I thought it's Esprit. Baddies of the North have a recon Vic down here. That's what I meant to say. He's on his way through, so maybe he's looking for the garrison. No garrison. AT gun he can take out if he chooses to. These guys spawning. They're just spawning an OP down here, so... And Esprit still pressuring down here, though. They're starting to slip some guys through down here. It's very back and forth down here. It's hard to say who's going to win, but I still think the biggest problem for baddies of the north right now is that Esprit has managed to slip some guys through up here to the north. The center still looks pretty stable. Kind of seems like... Yeah, it's about the same, so it's pretty stable. We'll take a look at the tanks in just a second. There is a heavy, 2 heavies. There is actually kind of a tank fight about to happen right here. So let's go take a look at that. Just some smoke separating these tanks, but yeah, there's a... Oh, rounds going off. Is that the Panther? I think that's the Panther right there on the other side of the smoke, catching some rounds. Oh, there's 2 tanks there for Esprit. Another heavy right there, so the 76 have to back off and repair. We're going to have to make sure that they keep that 76 fully repaired at all times. Oh, that's not what they wanted to see, though. There goes almost all of his crew as the Artie lands right on top of him. Esprit now starting to break through here in the center. They got some guys pushing down from the north. So going to start flanking this position. They're not even going to go all the way past. They're just going to flank down and clear this so that they can push their guys forward. Moving their line forward. Baddies of the North now being flanked from behind. Lost That Love and Feeling. Looks like he's trying to get an OP up in here. Oh, Excel managed to turn around and spot him, though. U303. He didn't spot Love and Feeling, but... Did he place an OP? He did. Just didn't see it. Oh, there it is. Right there. Oh, squad leader fight! Oh, and Lost That Love and Feeling wins the squad leader exchange and then gets blasted by a tank. Medium already catching rounds from behind, though, as Fignaldo pops the corner. Coming off of that OP. Trying to protect this garrison. Boomer Sooner almost right on top of it. Comes around the corner. Is going to get shot in the back by Nixter. Gets pistol killed. Fignaldo up now. Fignaldo up top. Takes out the garrison with a well-placed rocket. That seemed like a satchel. Didn't quite... Oh. It was a satchel that took out the 76. That's what it was. I think. I don't know, but the 76 is gone. I was watching the medium over here, but the 76 is gone. The Panther has pulled up now. And Esprit is getting very aggressive here in the center, trying to clear these tanks out. They still got the squad on the backside. You can see Lost That Love and Feeling has bypassed now, starting to make his way up. He's in the south courtyards. Yeah, Esprit starting to break through massively up here on the north side. Now, the danger, of course, is if they bypass too much, and if they're not careful, Baddies of the North could get a couple of guys on their backside, maybe take these garrisons out and start threatening town center. You can see that Huzzah has managed to slip through as a squad leader. Might be able to get his OP up back here. Shaka Zulu is still back here, though. Keeping this semi-safe. Shaka Zulu acting as a beacon right now. Actually taking some shots north. There was another satchel just went off. This medium's still holding here for Baddies of the North, but he's got this Panther in his face, so I don't know how much longer he's going to last. He's just a solo at the moment, too, so it's any second before somebody gets on top of him. Here comes Nacho. No, Nacho's in that house, so Nacho didn't go for him. I'm expecting one of these ATs to get on him any time now. He's just a solo, and he's hurt, so. Rockets from Fignaldo going in the building down there. There's a half-track here, but Esprit starting to get some guys right up in Derailed Train. Lost That Love and Feeling. A squad leader is now in the point. He's going to have eyes on the half-track. He has spotted the half-track. That will almost certainly be destroyed now, whether it's a precision strike or one of these tanks gets aggressive. It's hard to say. The medium finally goes down up over there. I didn't see who got it. Could have been KO with a satchel. Might have been the Panther, I'm not sure, but Esprit does definitely have some guys up in the point now here at Derailed. Lost That Love and Feeling now locking the half-track up. 303 just took down Tank Crew over there trying to make his way somewhere. There is some guys making their way over here from Baddies of the North, but this is a huge problem. The front door of Derailed, the northeast sector, this whole area completely exposed to Esprit. They're just flooding in, reestablishing a new line just outside Derailed Train. This is a massive problem for Baddies of the North. Baddies of the North did make pretty good progress down here in the south, but there's only so much they're going to be able to do. They're going to have to deal with this up here in the north. You know, they can make all the progress they want down here in the south, but if they can't stop this push down here, and Fignaldo takes out the half-track. The half-track is now gone. Where is the garrison? The backup garrison is a little further south, right below us down here. Somewhere, I don't quite see it, but it is right below us there somewhere. Fignaldo does get cleaned up. Baddies of the North still holding here, but Esprit dangerously close to their front door. Here comes the Panther, now getting aggressive. Where are the tanks for Baddies of the North? They had one that was further north, but I don't think they have anything right now. Their tank's still coming out. Here is a Panther just on the edge of the circle, getting ready to help this infantry push. Shezza gets taken off from the top. Blind Panda shooting into the side of the Panther. The Panther might have to back off. He's still there, though. He's not going away anytime soon. At the very least, he's going to be able to keep him from pushing forward over here. And he gets some infantry support. He could push out again. There is another tank a little further back. I see Capping. Where is it? Right there. That's the Tiger. So they got a Tiger over here blasting into this infantry to his south. It's going to be very difficult for Baddies of the North to make their way north of the tracks. They're completely boxed in right here. They're going to have a hard time getting past this tank and this infantry here. That's why they're shifting down to the south, but they're also not able to push past down there, so they're being held in check here on the south side. Here comes the infantry pushing up to support this Panther now. There is some infantry pushing up towards the north here for Baddies of the North, but they are now... Ooh. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. If they could get some guys around the backside, if they get bypassed hard enough, they might be able to slip some guys through and start putting some pressure on. There is actually a cap race going on here. Town center is being capped now. Derailed is being capped a little harder. There's a Panther right there. It's hard to say. There's not much of a chance. I don't think. I think the biggest danger is over here at Derailed. There's not much of a chance that they're going to keep this pressure going on with just a couple of OPs. They do have this garrison back here. There's a tank right on top. It's about to get cleaned up. Backup supplies being dropped now down here on the south side of Derailed Train. Baddies of the North have managed to stall up this cap pressure. They are still capping up at Town Center, but the garrison did get cleaned up. They do still have a couple of squads pressuring. There's only so much they can be able to do. Maybe they'll get a double drop garrison up. It's hard to say. Ben just took down Fignaldo right there. Blast the crap out of him. The one gets taken down by the tank as he tries to push up. There's another tank now. This P4 has now decided to push down here. He probably saw the supplies coming down, so they're going to know the garrison's somewhere down here on the south side. He's got more infantry pushing up with him. But he does have baddies of North infantry pushing up behind him. I do hear a bombing run coming through. The bombing run is actually going to go across here at Town Center. There was no garrison there for him to destroy. Let's probably only get a couple of infantrymen, so not the best bombing run. Don't think it's going to really help them. They lost both of their OPs that were there now. And it does look like Esprit has managed to clean that up back there. Oh, they lost the P4 down here while I was watching that on the map. So the P4 goes down. They lost their pressure down here in the south. The garrison is still safe. Things have stabilized somewhat, but Esprit still pressuring. Oh, a perfect trade between Blind Panda and Fignaldo, and they were both ATs too. that might have just made my day almost as much as the double tank kill from a single precision last night. If anybody didn't see that, yeah, the commander last night for the Germans killed 2 tanks with 1 precision, and I caught it on camera. It was great. A lot of infantry for Baddies of the North here. It looks like they have managed to slip some guys across the tracks here now with that callback from Esprit. They've managed to make some ground in a couple other areas, but these guys, like, the lines are gone. The lines are gone. These guys are just all over each other, all over the place. So we're just going to watch the action for a minute, and I expect the lines will stabilize here soon. Ooh, what was that? Was that the Panther? Yes, looks like they finally managed to clean that Panther up. Rando now on top of the medium that did it. Can he get the satchel on? Oh, ricochet off the front of him. Can he get the satchel on? Can he avenge the Panther? And this medium is still blasting away at people. He's moving. He's going to have to chase him. Yeah, that Panther, he backed far off, too. He was right there on the front door. He got pretty far away before he got caught. Yeah, that medium's running. Rando's not going to be able to get a hold of him. He's got all the infantry pushing up, so as Rando chases, he will likely get caught by this infantry. What? He got the satchel on? Oh, awesome. I didn't think that he got the satchel on. Well played, Rando. And he gets Prince Coyote, too. Rando's the unofficial MVP, just for that. Unofficial MVP right there. Oh, he's killing everybody now. Rando can't be stopped. Yeah, he cleared that all out pretty good. If he was a squad leader, he could drop an OP, but he's not. All right, let's take a look at the map. Lines are kind of starting to stabilize a little bit. They've got this diagonal line going again between the 2 points. Kind of expected since it's a diagonal fight, but yeah, there's still a couple of guys for Baddies of the North, a couple of squad leaders on the backside. Looks like they're trying to lay low, get some OPs up. A couple of, it's not really squad leaders. It's just straight up push coming from Esprit. Got Chart has managed to slip into their lines here. These guys are all up in the rooftops and buildings. There. Had a hard time seeing it like I wanted to because my camera was moving too fast, but Chart managed to get up into that building and take him out. Bolo Loco right there. Chart should have heard that shooting. Chart just right in the middle of their lines. Oh, he got taken down by Fignaldo from down there. It's alright. Baddies of the North starting to push back out, have stabilized pretty well after that cap pressure. Here comes down some more supplies. Things are kind of intermixed down here in the south. Looks like Esprit has shifted some of their forces down here. They're trying to clean this stuff out down here now, take back this southern position. But yes, the lines have stabilized very well with the exception of this one squad for Baddies of the North over here on the backside. Gangan has managed to keep his squad in the fight back here. Just a little bit of infiltration pressure here on the backside. I am curious what their plan is, if they want to put circle pressure, if they're hunting garrisons. My guess is hunting garrisons. There's one right there, right by them. OP's lit up, loves OP's lit up. These guys are going to start fighting into each other. He just redeployed. They're trying to do a double drop. He was support, and he redeployed. I don't think they're going to be able to get it off, though. Yeah, he dropped his supply. I don't think he'll be able to get this double drop off because Ajax spotted him with the flare. He's definitely going to know they're in there. Here comes Father Pig from around the corner. They've been spotted. Who killed the one? Ajax? Oh, I bet Ajax killed him from back here. Oh, Gangan managed to get Father Pig and Ajax. He gets them both. He's going to have to reposition and hide, though. Yeah, he's just going to want to lay low. The supplies are still there. If he can lay low long enough, he won't be able to. There's no P right there. They're going to know he's there somewhere. Looks like Esprit has repositioned a tank back towards town center, too. So they are pulling into a somewhat defensive posture. 26 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. We are really starting to get down here now. The lines are feeling very stable. There is some infantry up on this tank up here. Dr. Doof trying to get up on a tank up here to the north. Comes around the corner, gets himself a piece of the tank crew. No, he has a rifle. He's definitely going for rockets. See, he must be out of rockets. Still, though, follow the tank, keep the crew dead. That's unfortunate for him. By the time he got in a good position to shoot it in the butt, man, he must have run out of rockets. Baddies of the North have actually made really good progress here at Ruins. They were completely cleaned out of this sector before. Ooh, there's a nice rocket from Paradox. Does not quite destroy the Greyhound, but does some damage to him. Yep, Baddies of the North have reclaimed Ruins, or even starting to get in a position where they can start threatening the front door of town center. So have clawed their way back up to the front door. Jay Dunn's trying to get some shots on the Panther. Pretty sure that was the Greyhound shooting. Yeah, Baddies of the North doing a great job. Have really reestablished themselves up here. There is still these two squads here that Golf Squad's about to run into. If he can clear those two OPs out somehow, they'll be in a great position. He comes around the corner. Lard Barst gets immediately taken out. Kugo also gets taken out. He gets a kill before he does, but Hitman Alex running across the road, trying to make his way up into these southern gardens here, south of Ruins. Here comes Ben, making his way up the alley. I hear a bombing run. Way up here to the north, I could not tell you the logic behind this bombing run. It's no garrison. There wasn't even really infantry in it. I honestly couldn't even tell you whose bombing run that was. Kind of seemed like maybe it was an Esprit bombing run. Like maybe they were trying to get the garrison with it, but hard to say. What was he standing up on? That tree? How do you get up there? Oh, I'm going to have to play with that later. U.S. Ranger making his way across over here. Looks like he's going to try to infiltrate the north side again. Recon all the way around backside now. He might try to come up, take out some of their garrisons for the backside. Does look like Esprit has managed to make some forward progress far to the south. So both sides, it's like anytime they make progress anywhere, it's because they have to give up ground somewhere else. That just tells you that we're having a pretty even fight right now. The baddies of the north are really putting up a hell of a fight against Esprit. Evil Sloth runs into 303, gets taken down. 303 gets taken down by Whiskey from way back here, though. Nice shooting by Whiskey. However, there is quite a few Esprit guys now. There is a big gap in Baddies of the North line right here. Like, the entire south side of their point is exposed. There's a garrison down here, and there's the spawn in. A couple of guys spawned in. That's not going to be enough, though. There's a lot of pressure down here. Now, they still have time. This garrison's not being threatened. They could definitely shift some forces down here, but this is a threat. This is a threat. Esprit is starting to break through there. Duper Dupinski gets taken down. Polo Loco might even make his way over to the garrison now. There's another garrison up here as well. It's on the north side of the tracks, so it's pretty safe from all this infantry down here on the south side of the tracks, but Esprit making some progress down here in the south. Let's head back up here towards the north to see what's going on up here. It does look like Baddies of the North still holding pretty strong up around the area of ruins. Esprit has taken control of the cemetery. One OP back here. Looks like it's probably honestly going to get found by Holt. No, Claro spawned in and immediately killed Holt. I saw that on the map. I'm honestly not sure how he did that, because you're supposed to spawn in facing the point, right? So he should have spawned in facing south. So he completely 360'd and took him down after spawning before he... That's something. Not sure how the hell you even do something like that, but he did it. Or maybe he spawned in facing him already. I don't know. I don't always know the mechanics behind this game. I just know that at one point somebody told me that's how it works. That when you spawn in facing the next point. You guys have to let me know if that's true or not. Polo Loco making his way around the south. They got that garrison. This entire south flank has somewhat collapsed for Baddies of the North. This is a massive problem for them. Polo Loco's going to come around this side. They could even shift a vehicle. They do have a medium tank already headed that way. They got a heavy anchor in their front door. That's their Panther, I think. Looks like they're even getting aggressive up here in the north. Not a terrible plan. Get a little aggressive up here in the north. Draw some attention this way. And now you got your guys in the south can just push. Panther getting aggressive. I did see a tank coming down the main road behind him. Oh, and there's a heavy just down here, just past him. Does he have a shot on that 76E? Yes, he does. Does indeed have a shot on the turret of that 76 over the wall. Does manage to land a second shot. It's not enough to take out the 76. He should be able to get behind that building and repair up. R-Dubs goes down to Kugo. They're now trying to get aggressive with this Panther. Depending on where that other heavy goes. There is some cap pressure going on back here, too, as I kind of suspect it might start happening in the next few minutes. You got a P4 is pushing around down here to the south. Mr. Krabs up in the window. Took some rounds from 303. Had to jump out of the window. Somewhat amazed that 303 didn't land a headshot with that. Probably just shooting so fast he didn't take time to line the headshot up. Him and Icon about to run into each other. Icon goes down to 303. 303 goes down to Mr. Krabs, who gets his revenge for being shot. But here comes the P4. I wouldn't be surprised to see him put a round up into that big broken window. No, he gets taken down by Fortress from back there instead. Reinforces down. Okay, I thought I just heard an airhead. There's actually an airhead being dropped over at Town Center right now. Bombing run as well. I think that was actually defensive bombing run coming in from Esprit. Trying to clear up the guys coming in from their backside. This airhead should drop up here on the north courtyards, up over here. So not quite in the point. There is quite a few guys coming back from Esprit. There was decent cap pressure going on, honestly. Looks like the lines are going to disintegrate again. Esprit, though, in good position back here. So if they can hold this, they should be able to shift to the attack pretty fast. There is a tank pushing in from Baddies of the North. They actually have pretty good cap going on right now. That airhead just landed. It is live. Soldad coming around the backside. Will he be able to find it in time? He should be able to. He's going to... No. He didn't run into the courtyard. He ran past it. I know there's a tank in the point right now, but I kind of want to see what happens here. He doesn't hear it? You don't hear it? You ran right past it. You ran right past it. Soldad! You ran right past the airhead. There's a spawn in. It's not a terribly big spawn in. I'm not entirely sure how much it's going to be able to do. It does look like a Tiger has pulled into the point now. Did he take out that 76? Yes, he did indeed clean up that 76. So while we were watching that stuff with the airhead, the tank did get cleaned up in the point. There is now a Tiger in the circle. Should be able to stabilize this pretty good for Esprit. 17 minutes left on the clock. Here comes a medium. 4 Baddies of the North is going to pull right into this Tiger. Looks like they both missed, maybe, but it's a medium against a Tiger, so you can probably guess who's going to win this fight. Maybe some rockets can make the difference, though. They do not. There goes the medium. 16 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Baddies of the North starting to get some cap pressure going. Here comes another 76. Looks like he's going to try and push in, but there's a ton of infantry spawning in behind him on that garrison for Esprit that was never found. More rockets coming at the 76. Are not quite able to get him. The infantry is pushing back for Baddies of the North, trying to protect that 76. He needs to get rid of this Tiger if they want to get this cap. He does land that first round, but he is a hurt 76. Let's see what happens with the next shot from the Tiger. He ricochets. He ricochets from the Tiger. The 76 is going to pull in, and he's going to get another shot on the Tiger. The Tiger goes down. There is cap pressure going on at Town Center. 16 minutes left on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and back this camera up now. Baddies of the North getting pressure at Town Center from all directions. Esprit de Corps trying to bring some reinforcements in from that garrison back there. That garrison is still a problem for Baddies of the North. They don't know it's there. They're having a hard time. They are pushing guys back that way. 76 may want to try and push into the circle, though. Keep this cap pressure going. They're going to lose that airhead here in a minute, so I don't know if they're going to want to get a garrison up in there or what their plan is. The 76 has now pulled into the circle. Another tank has gone down back here. That looked to be a P4. That's going to be a massive problem for Esprit. They're going to need more infantry callbacks. They do have a number of squads in position. They might be able to get some pressure on the 76. The 76 is hurt, but it's hard to shoot it in the front with rockets. There is a Puma going around the backside if they can keep that Puma alive with these spawn-ins. Satchel just went off on the 4-story. No damage to the 76. 76 still doing good. 15 minutes left on the clock. There's even cap pressure going on at Derailed. We will see if Baddies of the North can keep this cap going. There is spawn-ins now here in the point for Baddies of the North. They managed to get some guys up into the circle. Starting to come into the flank. Fignaldo goes down. XL was on top of that garrison. Do they know this garrison is here? The next medium is pushing in. He's going to want to try and drive that thing straight into the circle if he can get up in there. That could be all they need for that cap pressure. Supplies coming down now for Baddies of the North. Here comes the precision strike. And the 76 goes down. It was enough. It was enough to stall up the cap pressure. There goes the Puma, who did indeed drive around and start shooting that 76 in the back like I thought he might do. Here comes the medium. I hear a bombing run. Bombing run on the south side. Doesn't look like it's going to hit very much. I don't know if that's an Esprit bombing run or not. I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. That could have been a Baddies of the North bombing run. Doesn't look like it got much other than a couple of Baddies of the North infantry, though. This medium is still here. If he can make his way up into the circle, he can start getting this cap pressure going on again. 13 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. The garrison is still there for Esprit. Another satchel goes off here at the 4-story. There is a Panther here now. A Panther for a spree has pulled up into the point. This medium's going to have a hard time getting rid of this Panther. There's no longer any infantry, no AT supporting him. This Panther is probably going to be enough to keep this cap secure for Esprit. I think this is going to do it. Yeah, this is going to stall this up just enough for Esprit. They got some guys down there in the south garden or south courtyards. There is a garrison up here for Baddies of the North. There goes the medium. Baddies of the North still has some pressure going on here, but they did manage to clean up a lot of this south pressure. There's a garrison and an OP down here. Esprit, once they clean this up, should be able to shift to start being aggressive here pretty quick. Esprit just coming down on these northern courtyards where they know the spawns are coming in. Satchel's going off. Gas and Butters about to run into a whole squad. Swift comes around the corner, gets taken down by Butters. Gas comes around, takes down Prince. Clocks takes down Gas. Butters now holding the door. Butters gets taken down by Clock. There is still a decent amount of infantry here, but don't think it's going to be enough. Artillery is going to start being called in on these northern courtyards. Baddies of the North do have some guys shifted down to the south now. They are starting to swing down and around down here at the start. They got another garrison, so maybe they can start coming up here, but there's a lot of tanks on that side. They could start running into some pressure down there from the tanks. Have a hard time breaking through those. 11 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. It does look like we will stabilize one more time yet here with a 3-2 lead for Esprit. Baddies of the North now pulling some of their guys back here. They probably realize they're going to start taking some pressure on their defensive point. They do have a recon pushing up, another tank pushing up. It's going to take a moment for both sides to get their tanks back into position after all that fighting. Some spawn is down in the south. 3 squad leaders. And they're all running back the other way. So it looks like they are aware that they've been infiltrated back here in the south somewhere. So they're going to get some OPs going on down here. Get themselves reestablished down in the south. And make sure that this all gets cleaned up. There is a lot of Baddies of the North infantry that's been coming off this garrison down here, though. Ajax about to run into a lot of them. Ajax gets taken down. There's a lot of infantry up in here. The tank's now aware of the infantry. I think he just friendly fired his own guy right there with that tank. Panther looking the other way. Or that's Tiger, I think. Tiger looking the other way. Rocket in the back from Dr. Doof. That's the... Luke's just got satcheled as well by Holt. So they're going to lose that Luke's. The Tiger should be fine from Dr. Doof, I think. Does manage to get another rocket off before being taken out. Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs and Chart right. Oh, did he got on it? Oh, but he meant the Panther managed to clear himself. Dangerously close to getting satcheled there. This is gone. Yes, yes. The Lukes did get destroyed. Let's take a quick look at the map. Not a ton going on down here in the south. I'm a little surprised that Esprit hasn't shifted a few more guys down here. You know, at least a squad leader. Could have started getting himself in position. They are pressuring up here to the north. I just heard another satchel go off over there. Looks like Esprit's focusing most of their pressure up over here by ruins. Maybe trying to stop these tanks from pushing through. I see 3 tanks. 3 tanks coming down the main road for Baddies of the North right now. We are now at the 9-minute mark. We're within the distance of the 10-minute mark. 9 minutes left on the clock, so I wouldn't be surprised to just watch all 3 of these tanks just bum rush town center. Shaka Zulu just popped that wall and spotted the medium that's headed that way. Devitt already hitting it with some rockets, kills his friend. No remorse. Second rocket into the side. The medium's now going to turn back the other way. Open up his backside to Devitt for the 3rd rocket. That made the ricochet sound, even though it did damage. Oh, lost that love and feeling. Cleans up the infantry that's coming in from behind. The mediums should be able to get away and stay alive, though. We'll give them a minute to get those tanks in position to see what they do with them. This infantry still pressuring from the south, but they're getting flanked from multiple directions. I don't think this garrison's going to last too long. There is a big wedge right here in Esprit's line, though. They've managed to establish a position all along the tracks. Bad Fallen now pushing up into it. Gets taken down. So, yeah, Baddies of the North still holding control here along the tracks. I think Polo Loco got both of those guys in the back just now. Whiskey coming up from behind. No garrisons over there. So not too much they can do from back there. It does look like Esprit is pretty stable down here. They got their tanks on that side too. So I'm really thinking the next push is going to be from these tanks up here. 3 tanks. They've got one is shifted south a little bit. One's still on the main road with an OP directly behind him. Lost that love and feeling right next to him with a squad. Should be able to bring some ATs, maybe some satchels on this medium any second now. Lost that love and feeling. Takes out Miro, gets blasted by the tank. Did not get the OP with that blast though. There goes Claro with a satchel. David with more rockets. See if David kills his teammate again. He does indeed. I swear, he waited just to kill his teammate. The medium now repositioning. I'm not sure what his play is here. He's going to have to turn around. You can't go through there, right? Yeah, he's going to have to turn around. 76 has infantry just pushing straight up into him. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, it looks like Esprit lost their garrison to the far south, have taken control of this position here on the front door of derailed train. Nope, that's over here. That's what I'm looking for. And Timat, as a squad leader, should be able to bring some reinforcements in over here. That's that window that he's looking out. He has a perfect view of the point. Gets brick rolled. I want to test. Can I? Yes, we do have it, but do have the weapon. It didn't glitch, but it's still glitched because he was looking through the wall from our POV. Takes out Will B. Rocket shooting in the wrong position, but he does get taken out from the window. Dash 30 now here as a squad leader. Several squad leaders here for Esprit. Should be able to get something going. There's the garrison now on the backside of the zone. Should be able to start pressuring the front door of derailed train. There is some infantry pushing that way for Baddies of the North, so we'll see if they can break through there. Let's head back up to the north. I want to see what these tanks got going on. They're still there. 76 is now repositioned a little further south. Did they lose both of the mediums to the north? Yeah, there's that 76 that's repositioned to the south. Yes, they lost this medium. This other medium to the north seems to be gone. Yes, indeed. Baddies of the North have lost all but one of their tanks now. That was very unfortunate for them. We weren't looking. We didn't see it, but we do know where they were before they're suddenly not there anymore. 76 trying to glitch his way through this alley. I don't know if you want to do that, man. You're going to have to back all the way out. So, it honestly kind of seems like Baddies of the North, they're kind of struggling a little bit, trying to figure out where they want to put their tanks. They're trying to be sneaky with them, but it's not working the way they want it to. Ooh, does look like Baddies of the North managed to push out down here on the south side, take out that garrison that was threatening their front door. And actually, yeah, stabilized pretty good down here in the south. There's still some more Esprit guys pushing up that way, but there's another medium pushing up from the back now for Baddies of the North. 4 minutes left on the clock. Esprit at this point basically fully turtled up. They've got their point in the zone. There is still this red zone garrison. Is that new or is that just still there? I think it's just still there. And the thing is that Baddies of, like this right here, this little corner, that's in the circle. Like they could spawn their whole team right here and just boop. Put him in the circle. They're even dropping an airhead on it. Wait, So I don't understand this. Why would you drop an airhead where you already have a red zone garrison? Why not drop the airhead over here or something? You're going to draw half their team over to the airhead, and then you can spawn in on your red zone garrison that now is only lightly being covered. I don't know. That's my opinion, of course. Just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. There could be a reason why he's choosing to do this. But yeah, there's the garrison still alive. Completely open. There isn't even any really that much covering these courtyards. They didn't need this airhead. Unless this is a defensive airhead from Esprit. I mean, it could be. We won't know it till it lands, but... No, it's... They dropped an airhead. Now they're dropping a bombing run. I mean, it's not like it's a terrible play, having an airhead, and maybe they just want the extra spawns so they can just spawn like crazy, but... Yeah, the south courtyards just got cleared. There was no garrison there. They have most of their infantry's back here. Just lost... Baddies of the North just lost a light tank. He was trying to rush his way into the point. Looks like they lost another tank here as well. So Baddies of the North just lost 2 tanks. How many of these guys are just going to run into this corner? None? Major Pain, maybe? Oh, you can't... Oh, you know what? I was thinking of offensive mode. It's offensive mode that it does that. My bad. My bad. You guys can make fun of me for that later. You've earned the right to make fun of me for that. I should have known better. That's a lot of spawn-ins on the airhead / red zone garrison. Rockets to the face from Grunt. Things getting aggressive here. The Tiger has pushed up. Is that a P4? The Tiger. Tiger has pushed up. Just looking down the alleyway now. Now it doesn't even really matter if they spawn in there. As soon as they run out of that alleyway, they're gonna get spotted. They're completely locked down in there. Doesn't matter if he destroys it or not. That garrison is gone too. How'd they get the garrison but not the airhead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 garrisons. So I don't think they would have taken it down themselves. I don't know. But there's only 30 seconds left on the clock, so it doesn't really matter anymore. I was so invested in what was happening, I wasn't paying attention to the clock. And there you have it. There's even some cap pressure going on back here. Esprit managed to finally slip some guys in now that nobody cares. That was a great match. That really was. We will let this clock run out real quick, and then we'll take a look at some combat scores. Oh, Nacho! Nacho got on the airhead last second. Now they're turning him into hamburger meat. All right. Let's take a look at these combat scores. 1588 from Whiskey. 1033 from Holt. Tankers always do good. 1490 from John Forsky. I never even saw him, but he did good. 1189 from Rando. 1129 from Polo Loco. 1168 Gas. 1306 from Zest. 1447 from Fignaldo. Where is I gotta find Apollo real quick because he had like a 2000 combat score last night, so I want to see if he did that again today. I'll wait for these points. Come on, points. I'll make my commentary real quick while we're waiting for this. So it was a very balanced looking match. Again, just kind of the same situation like what happened last night. The Allies tanks just kind of took a few bad exchanges. Not as bad as what we saw last night, but yeah, they had some rough breaks, but both teams were doing a phenomenal job with their anti-infantry. So you're probably already gone, aren't you, Apollo? Aw, I wanted to see it. Oh well. Anyways, thank you everybody who watched. I'm going to go and shut her down. Thank you for letting me cast this for you. I really appreciate it. And you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Take it easy.
What you think about when you're born into a fire. Let 'em